What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between FRAER and Fnatic aLive. This is a Terran versus Protoss matchup, and that's actually the first game in a series of games here between these two players, starting off on the map Entombed Valley. And let us begin the game, as always, with some player information. Starting down over here in the lower left-hand spawn position, our red Terran player is Fnatic aLive. aLive took first place at the IGN Pro League Season 4. This was on April 8th of 2012, and then on May 5th, he took fourth place at the Iron Squid Chapter 1. His opponent over here in the upper right-hand spawn position, who does appear to be scouting very early on here with his probe, is our green Protoss player, FRAER. FRAER took second place at the Game Cred Cup number 67 on July 30th of this year, and then a day later, on July 31st, he took first place at the PokerStrategy.com Elite Cup Qualifier number 5. Alright guys, that is some player information to start the game. Let's hop into things here. Again, we've got a very early scout from FRAER. Potentially he is concerned about some early aggression from his opponent. And speaking of his opponent, let's go ahead and check out aLive. So far, hasn't done a lot. We've got that first supply depot in play, plus he does have a barracks building. The second SCV now moving out to scout. He's going to be actually bypassing the probe here in just a second. There you go, both of them crossing each other's paths. And the SCV pulling on over in this direction. And what is he doing? Second barracks, 2 racks aggression coming out from aLive. Actually very interesting here to see this from aLive. We're going to be seeing some 2 racks aggression against his Protoss opponent FRAER. Now FRAER has yet to scout that out. What he does know though is that there is no refinery in place. So this is going to mean one of 2 things. Either it's a 2 racks coming, or he's just going to be going for a 1 racks into expansion. Now the longer FRAER chills out over here, the more likely he is to start to figure things out when he sees the lack of command center being placed down. The second barracks over here, just a little over 3/4 of the way finished. We also have now the scouting SCV moving out here for aLive. He is heading first into the upper left-hand spawn position, and then after that, most likely we'll be checking the upper right over here. Now FRAER going pretty standard over here, opening up with us pylon into gateway, and then going assimilator, and the cybernetics core should be following that up there. But again, he has still yet to scout that out. Never mind, that's changed. Here is the scout of the second barracks, and now FRAER knows what is coming, so let's see what he decides to do in response. Now, he did have a probe moving down here. It looks like he was considering coming out with an expansion. However, realizing that there's some 2 racks pressure, decides to place the cybernetic core down first to make sure he can deal with this. First Marine out across the center of the map, takes out the probe that was sitting at that Xel'Naga tower, and the SCV moving up to scout with this second SCV. We should be seeing some bunkers. There's the first one getting placed down over there. Let's see what FRAER decides to do. He's going to go straight for that SCV. SCV pulls off to stop building. Realizing that he would be in a bit of trouble, he's going to be forced to cancel this bunker here. He's still got the 2 SCVs plus a few Marines, and now it begins. Zealot takes out 1 SCV. Very nice defense there by FRAER. That's actually pretty significant, taking out an SCV. That makes it that much more difficult for aLive to build any bunkers on having just that one. I wonder if he's going to bring out another one. So far, it's just Marines heading out, and an SCV will actually be expanding behind this early aggression. Now, we'll be seeing a culmination of Marines here in the center of the map, and then it is very likely that aLive will move out after the fact. Once he's got a significant amount, should be pushing out to, at the very least, take out these few Zealots. We do have a Stalker in play now, and a second gateway now coming through. And actually, there's a third one over there. So coming out with 2 gateways, plus that warp gate research is getting chrono boosted through. I really expect FRAER to be all set. Very, very good of him to scout that second barracks early on. It's going to make the difference here in this game. There's a lot of Marines, though. He's definitely going to be concerned about that. Now, the Stalker does have the advantage in range and, of course, speed, but with that many Marines, if they get close enough, they can drop that Stalker very quickly, and that is the major concern that FRAER's got to be thinking about right now. Secondary scout of an SCV now moving up, and he will be spotting. Look at that. He spots the probe right there. He doesn't see the building of that expansion, but that's a dead giveaway that a Nexus is going to be placed there. Why else would a probe be sitting there idly, you know? So he's pretty sure at this point that there is a Nexus coming through, so at least he knows what to expect right now. Bunch of Marines chilling out over here. What did I just call them? Marines? A bunch of Marines chilling out over here. They're going to be pulling towards that Stalker. Stalker, though, again, with that speed advantage, is able to sneak away. We do have a sentry here, and there's the force field. Marines get trapped. Zealots move forward to do some damage. then decide to pull back so he doesn't lose the last of them to these Marines there on the low ground. Pretty solid defense there, though, by FRAER. Let's take a look at the resources lost. aLive is behind right now in terms of those resources lost. Now, the big advantage that aLive has here is he's got his expansion up a bit earlier than what we're seeing FRAER with, and he does also have a few bunkers coming out, which should help defend him against any early game aggression that we'll be seeing here from FRAER. FRAER moves forward with his sentries and the Stalker, chasing down the few remaining Marines, and he might be able to get another kill here before they actually head on back home. Yeah, no problem. No problemo. Stalker's also moving in this direction. Looks like they were out front. Sorry I missed that, but was able to sandwich those last two retreating Marines and take those out. So very nice early victory here for FRAER. You know, putting himself in a very, very strong position early on in spotting and then defending against that 2 racks. And now he's finally moving into his expansion, which we have already seen aLive saturate his. But again, he's got this frontal defense, which should mean he is all set against any push that we'll be seeing here from FRAER. Well, we'll be interested to see how much he decides to invest into this. Now, he does have 3 warp gates in play, plus 2 bases worth of income. So he'll definitely be able to fuel those for quite a while. There's the Guardian Shield, going to move forward with those sentries. We're going to expect some force fields to come into play. Gets down 1 bunker. Second bunker, we'll be seeing some mass repair. There's the force fields coming into play, though, making it more difficult for those SCVs to get in range. And there's the second bunker, gets taken out. FRAER doing very well here. A couple more bunkers getting placed down there by aLive. Marines enough to chase back FRAER's army, maybe seeing some Zealots. Yeah, we get some Stalkers actually getting warped in right over here. Stalkers will be joining the fun in this position. A little bit of a closer pylon getting placed down over here by FRAER. FRAER, very solid spot. Scouting SCV, not doing too much over here, but at least he knows about that expansion. Gonna walk right by those bunkers. Here comes some damage. SCVs will be pulling down with those Marines to try to get surround on those Stalkers, prevent them from microing around. Nice force fields, keeping those Marines at bay while he demolishes the count of SCVs. And look at that with the pylon right on the edge and vision of the high ground as Zealots join the fun up top. Bunker finishes, gets taken out immediately, so we've got this bunker back here, plus this one. He's in trouble. Just lost so much there. Taking a look at the SCV kill count, 26 SCVs killed for FRAER. Only 2 probes killed for aLive. That is a problem. We got a Twilight Council also coming out. More Zealots and a Stalker getting warped in. Now, Stimpack research is being researched right now by aLive, but he's taken such an economic hit down over here at the expansion. It will be very difficult for him to claw his way back in this game. He has taken, again, very big losses here. And FRAER continues to do some economic damage. 27 workers killed. He's going to pick off a few more SCVs. Now, over time here, aLive will eventually be able to overwhelm this small force. Even though we're seeing continuous reinforcements, I do expect him to eventually be able to just amass a strong enough army. Plus, when he gets Stimpack, not now though, as aLive decides he's got to lift off this orbital command. That is scary. Nice force field, picking off a few more units. Things are looking very good here for FRAER. Takes out the bunker. Oh my gosh. aLive finally decides to push forward and see if he can overwhelm this. Coming down with the SCVs. He's got a bit of bio. There's some Stimpack action. He's in so much trouble, though. Decides to transfer that expansion down to over here. He's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. On top of this, we're seeing another expansion over here for FRAER. It's going to put him on 3 bases. And FRAER decides to take this opportunity to leave his little tight corner over here and move back out to the center of the map. Now he's going to be grabbing this bio and just picking them off one at a time. Going to see those 2 Marines and 3 Marauders stim up and run for their life. They're in trouble though. Some Stalkers and sentries over here. aLive moves up. Gets taken out. Manages to... Oh, doesn't even get the sentry. How unfortunate there for aLive. Yeah, things are looking very, very good right now for FRAER. On top of all of that, Stalker getting some kills down over there. 44 SCVs now killed so far this game for FRAER. How can you not be impressed? Just such strong aggression. You know, after holding off that initial 2 racks here from aLive, he goes out, gets his expansion, moves out with just 3 gateways worth of units, continuously churning out new ones, and managing to do significant damage over here at the natural expansion. That is so impressive. And he is just being relentless here as he continues to sit in a forward stance and threaten to be aggressive. And we're going to see these units move down to where the expansion once was. As you can see, that has been lifted off and replaced back over here at the natural. So expect FRAER to just move right in there. You know, aLive just doesn't have what it's going to take to defend against this. He's moving down with some SCVs. There's a Guardian Shield. Stalkers blinking back when they get injured. We also have that charge upgrade very close to finish. And there you go. That is the game. Game number 1 going to FRAER. Very impressive display there. Not so impressive is my ability to talk. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And that concludes game number 1 here between FRAER and aLive. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be moving on to game 2 as we are in a series here between these two players in just 1 moment, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again, guys. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.